Welcome, everybody, to the Caliga Dome here at Bishop Guertin High School. John Collins with Tom King as we watch the warm-ups before this quarterfinal.
Division I quarterfinals. John, we've had a great regular season with Guertin girls basketball. They played some really good out-of-state teams. They played a couple of tough New Hampshire teams. Now, it's a different setting. It's a tournament setting. And they have 5 freshmen on that team. You wonder how they are going to react tonight.
Concord?
No, Bishop Guertin. 5 freshmen.
Pay no attention to the man in front of the curtain.
No kidding.
I forgot how many freshmen are on this team.
It's the big divide. 5 seniors, 5 freshmen.
Oh, right. So they have had such a remarkable record. Only the one loss to Franklin, Massachusetts, was it?
Yes.
By 1 point, 47-46.
Right.
But that actually was probably a good thing, don't you think?
I think it was. I mean, it was a great game for them. It made them a better team. It showed them what a lot of things they could do. They lost Hannah much more in that first period of that game.
Yeah.
But I believe she's out there. She's out there on the floor now with a brace on her leg.
Right.
And I don't know if she's warming up or not. I haven't seen her move around. So
not a lot.
No. So my guess is they may hold her out tonight.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
And then don't forget they also lost Ariel O'Connell, the 5th senior.
Right.
To an injury in January. She's done for the year.
Yeah. They have a player of the year on the team, right?
Gatorade player of the year, Erin Carney. She's had a great year. She's averaged about 16.7 points a game. And the thing with Erin Carney is, and this is what Brad Creek was talking about earlier, the Guertin coach, she doesn't play a lot of fourth quarters. In 10 of the 18 games, she didn't play in the fourth quarter because they were up by so much. So that skews the stats a little bit.
Sure.
So he was hoping and wondering whether the committee that makes the decisions, in the state would give her the award. Would be able to get enough numbers for her to get her the award, and they did. So they looked at everything, and so she gets the award, Gatorade Player of the Year, but that is all superfluous to what we see here tonight. We see a Concord team that's got a little bit of height. And if there's one thing that I think Guertin can improve on this year, it's their rebounding, because they don't have some of the players they had last year. So and it puts a lot on the shoulders of Addison Smith, because she's their big player. And also, John, their freshman Megan Stack. So those are 2 big key rebounders, but they have to be on their game under the boards, because Concord, they've got a 6-footer in Jordan Lingle. She's got some height, and they've got 6'1" sophomore in Elizabeth Blinn. They've got some height, so you've got to watch out for what this Tide team can do. They knocked off Salem in the prelims in a close game. I believe it was an overtime game up in Concord. But here's the other factor. They did not play during the regular season.
Notice that.
But that, I think, is an advantage for Guertin and not Concord. You know why? Because they haven't seen that press.
Yeah.
Brad Creek will press the heck out of that Concord team and have his team race up and down the floor to get those big players tired.
I agree with you. It's a disadvantage not to know the intensity of what you're about to face, at least so you could game plan ahead of time.
It really is. So we'll see what kind of a factor that is here tonight. Good crowd at the Caliga Dome. Should be a fun night.
Bishop Guertin had the first round bye. We did see some first round upsets. South is playing right now against Bedford. If I could call South an upset to get into the quarterfinals.
Yeah, sure it was. They knocked off Manchester Central 8-10. A 12th seed beating a 6th seed or 7th seed. That was huge.
Unfortunately, with 2:44 remaining in the third quarter right now, Bedford's up on South 39-17.
Yeah, and that's tough. I mean, that's a tough battle for South to have to handle that team.
Had they done the remarkable upset against Bedford, it would have actually been an all Nashua quarterfinal, and the 2 teams would have had to drive to Exeter. Semifinal. They would have had to drive to Exeter to play it.
Well, John, it beats having to go to Dartmouth, which is what the Division 2 teams have to do.
Wow.
Except they have Hanover and Lebanon up north, and they're both going to be in the semifinals. So.
Well, this is going to be an exciting quarterfinal round game. Concord's going to give all they have. John Collins along with Tom King, our cameraman Tim O'Neill, Nashua ETV's telecast of this quarterfinal New Hampshire Girls Division I basketball game is coming right up.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. come to me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
We are ready for basketball here at Bishop Guertin High School.
Yeah, we sure are. And I'll tell you what, I talked to you off the air about the Hollis game I did on Friday night when they were second seed, blew an 18-point late first half lead and lost by 8 points to Bishop Brady in the quarterfinals in D2. That's got, I know it for a fact, that's got one Brad Creek nervous a little bit. Because the theory is in high school tournaments, you never 100% know.
You don't, do you?
And that's why, as they say, they play the games.
Gotta play the games.
Right.
All right, Tom, we'll see what happens here. The tournament, same as the regular season, with 8-point quarters in New Hampshire high school girls and boys basketball. There is no shot clock, unlike in Massachusetts, say, where they do have a shot clock. The South Bedford quarterfinal game started an hour earlier than this contest, BG hosting Concord, and so we can give you a late game score from Bedford, and it is the Bulldogs up 43-17 against South. So it seems all but a done deal that the winner of this game will take on Bedford, either in Bedford or, oh, check that, it'll be at a semifinal site at Exeter High School. So there's a steal right off the opening possession, and Brianna Wilcox gets fouled and goes to the deck, and she takes it to the basket. The opening attempt, Brianna Wilcox, that signature great defense that she plays. You cannot bobble, you cannot look away for a moment when Brianna Wilcox is guarding the basketball. She will take it from you. And here is a first shot that goes in. Brianna Wilcox hits the first free throw of the game and gets the first point of the game. Going for number 2 to open up the scoring for the Cardinals, and she does. 2 points on the free throw line for Brianna Wilcox, directly off of her own great defense. Here's the full court press that Concord has not experienced this season because they did not get to play Bishop Guertin during the regular season. Trying a three-point shot from distance, Kyler Buchholz. Buchholz, just like the pitcher, Clay Buchholz. Her first name is Kyler, and she missed that shot. Now BG trying to double up their lead, and they do. And it's the Brianna Wilcox show early. The BW Network, and she steals it. Brianna Wilcox, oh, it was bobbled just for a moment, and Concord stole it back. Kyler Buchholz dribbled it off her right foot and out of bounds, and it's a turnover, so the Cardinals, oh, they set it off of, Brad Creek is just flabbergasted that they would call this Concord ball. And I agree with him. It was right in front of us. There's the hook shot, and it produces 2 points for the 6'1" forward, Elizabeth Blinn. Elizabeth Blinn scores the first basket of the game for the Crimson. 3-point attempt, and she buries it. Erin Carney, the Gatorade New Hampshire Girls Basketball Player of the Year, with a 3-pointer, and it's a 7-2 BG advantage. Just a minute and a half into the game. Elizabeth Cox is the pilot of the Concord offense as she does a hesitation drive to the right. She gets double teamed, gives it up to Buchholz, gives it back to Cox, driving the baseline. Nice floater with great touch by Elizabeth Cox. Makes it a 7-4 one-possession game again. BG with quick ball movement, and we have a foul in the paint. Cutting to the basket in the left lane was Addison Smith, and she got fouled on the way through. Non-shooting foul, so she will go to the line. So 4 points for Brianna Wilcox. A three-pointer for Erin Carney, but she doesn't hit her second three-point attempt, and it goes out of bounds. So Brianna Wilcox with 4 points. Carney with the 3, and so it's a 7-4 advantage. A catch and shoot for Concord, and over everything. A little bit too much adrenaline on that shot by Ava Woodman, the freshman guard. 5'10" freshman, just airmail that one, but Concord ends up with the ball again in the BG end of the court, and overplaying the inbound pass. Brianna Wilcox trying to take it away from the freshman guard. It was a senior against a freshman there, and the senior got called for the foul. Another throw in for Concord, and it is out of bounds off of BG, they say. Now, that was caused by BG, but it was actually off of the Concord player's forearm and out of bounds. Looked like it hit Elizabeth Blinn last before it went out of bounds. So 2 questionable out of bounds calls goes Concord's way, and they almost turned it into another bucket. Great rebound there by Addison Smith, doing the hard work underneath. The catch and shoot over everything. We've seen a few players on either team airmail out these threes, and no question adrenaline is playing a part in those errant shots. Long open 3 from the right side, another air ball over everything, but Brianna Wilcox, almost as if it was a pass, was waiting on the other side of the basket. What great presence of mind by Brianna Wilcox. After she passed it, she ran about 30 feet underneath the basket and received that air ball and put it in. So that's 6 points for Brianna Wilcox. And here's Erin Carney playing catch with Brianna at the top of the key. 3 minutes into the first quarter, BG with a 9-4 advantage as they look for another quality shot here. Brianna back to Erin Carney. They're playing some two-handed catch, looking for a teammate open in the paint. It's going to be Addison Smith. She's double teamed quickly outside. Erin Carney faked the shot as she had Elizabeth Cox closing. In the traffic, Brianna Wilcox drew a triple team, wasn't able to save it from going out of bounds after the missed basket with maximum defensive pressure on the shot. Concord with it, trailing 9-4. They got a player loose underneath the basket, but good close down defense by Addison Smith prevented Kyler Buchholz from putting it right up as soon as she caught it. Elizabeth Cox draws some contact, throws it over the rim. Addison Smith with another rebound. Erin Carney in the corner. Back to Addie Smith underneath. She finds an open player, and they are letting them play because there was some heavy contact underneath as Megan Stack took a shoulder as she put that up, but they went with a non-call. Another contact play underneath, but this time they will call the blocking foul the other way against Megan Stack as Ava Woodman will go to the line. So BG with that first round bye, while Concord was earning their way through the first round, they had some more game action in between the end of the regular season, and it might be showing just a little bit as BG trying to get their scoring touch back here in the first playoff game that they have played. It's the short route to the title for the Cardinals once again with that first round bye, the #1 seed in New Hampshire girls basketball against the #8 seed here, Concord. As the Crimson Ava makes one of her 2 free throws, and it is a 9-5 BG lead as they look to expand on that 4-point advantage. Brianna Wilcox and Erin Carney playing some catch. Brianna actually looking right to her coach for a play call here, and Brad has one for the troops. 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. And will BG get double digits? Will they go over the 10-point mark on this trip down the floor? Concord in that zone defense. Good ball movement by BG, and it was unstoppable on that play. And timeout Concord. Great set play by the Cardinals as 4 players touched the ball in about 2 seconds with the lay-in by Addison Smith on the final pass, the bounce pass underneath from Addison Smith. So well done. Timeout on the floor by Concord with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the first quarter. In this quarterfinal 2020 playoff game. In the other quarterfinal that's going on that has local implications, Bedford is leading Nashua South 47-21 with only 3 minutes left. So they're basically playing out the string in Bedford right now. The Bulldogs in total command of that game, up by 26 with 3 minutes remaining. So Bedford just in tune-up mode for the winner of this one right now. Head coach Tim Latorra standing tall in front of his Crimson bench over there, directing traffic after that timeout. They're trying to get some, and a block with authority. Addison Smith keeping it in bounds was Ari O'Connell, underneath and in, as Erin Carney has 5 points now in the first quarter. A steal, and Brianna Wilcox took a hard fall over there in the corner, but she bounces right back to her feet, going after that loose ball. Addison Smith checks out of the game. Kaylee McDonald gets a breather. And BG steals the inbound pass and the put in. Brooke Paquette newly in the game with 2 points, and it's a 15-5 advantage for the Cardinals as the ball goes up on the stage. And athletic director and Steve Mello's able to get it, or Principal Michael Reardon, excuse me. Nice retrieval. I thought I was gonna have to take off the headsets and go get it. And it was a opportunity missed there for Concord on the fast break, so BG's got a chance to add to their 17-8 lead with 2:25 remaining first quarter. Ball goes off the foot of Ava Woodman out of bounds. And it'll be an inbound play for Erin Carney. Hannah Muchamore taking the game off. She had a brace on her left knee, I believe it was, before the start of the game. Really didn't take part in warm-ups. The next game's not till Thursday, so that's another 4 days off. It provided BG continues to maintain a lead here against Concord in this quarterfinal matchup. Addison Smith, who has been the best player on the court in the first quarter so far, along with Erin Carney, of course. Coming over to talk to her coach. They're at the scorer's table right now for some reason. Talking things over. Trying to get something straight about whose foul it was, perhaps. We do have 3 officials working the game, as you can see. And free throws for Megan Stack, the freshman, 6-footer, freshman forward and center, hits her first free throw. And rattles that one home. And down court come the Crimson, and a nice loping stride to the basket by Ava Woodman. She made that one look easy. No BG defense got back to stop her, and she just turned it into a layup drill. 17-7, BG is up by 10. The cutter in the middle is Megan Stack. Nice left-handed roller over the rim and in. 19-7, BG up by 12, late first quarter. Driving to the right, Elizabeth Cox. The turnaround jumper is good. Elizabeth Cox can put the ball in the basket. And so can several of these Concord players. Three-point attempt, that would have been huge for Addison Smith, but it doesn't go. And down court comes Concord. Ball goes out of bounds. Nearly up on the stage again. (19-9), BG's on top with 1:20 to go first quarter. And Brianna Wilcox getting the return pass from Addie Smith. Brianna over the half-court marker, and now Addie Smith changes direction back to her left. They fling it into the left corner. Megan Stack driving baseline. A floater no good. Nearly pulling that down in traffic was Brooke Paquette, but Concord wrestles it away. Concord with it. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Concord looking to get up over the 10-point plateau, but ball was lost momentarily. Fortunately for Jordan Lengel, she was able to retrieve it. Directing traffic now is Elizabeth Cox to her right. Driving, good touch on that, but not on body control, I should say, but the touch needed to be stronger on the shot. She wasn't able to get it up and over the rim. BG driving, that one rattles off the rim, no good. In the corner, thinking about the shot, was Brooke Paquette. She puts it up, and that goes off a few players' feet. Through some legs, Concord with it, pushing the pace. 15 seconds to go, a bobble. Concord fortunate to hang on to the ball here with 10 seconds left. Inside, back to Elizabeth Cox. She gets shut down on her attempted drive, picking up the loose ball and in and out. Really good looking shot right there as time expires. Brianna Wilcox getting a fix on the clock, realized that she was already out of time. Very good first quarter for Bishop Guertin girls basketball here in this quarterfinal game, especially considering they have not played basketball for a week or so, while Concord played in the first round. BG Band entertaining us here at the Caliga Dome between quarters. Congratulations to Bishop Guertin boys hockey. Earlier this afternoon in Exeter, they beat the Blue Hawks on the Blue Hawks home ice in overtime, 5-4, in a game that was every bit as exciting as you would imagine. So Bishop Guertin now into the semifinals at JFK Arena in Manchester on Wednesday night, a game that we plan to do here on Nashua ETV. So should be an exciting Bedford BG boys hockey game on Wednesday, March 11th on Nashua ETV. It'll probably be a tape delayed game. I don't think we'll have live capabilities, but we're expecting yet another exciting Bishop Guertin boys hockey game. They have really turned in some gems of late with squeaked out a winner with 0.3 seconds left against Portsmouth and did it again, I guess, against Exeter. Tom, good quality first quarter for BG girls. Good quality
first quarter, 19-9. You can see they're dipping into their depth to try to get, Stack has played a lot. They put in, Brooke Paquette, freshman guard. They've done a lot, so.
That's got to be, I was going to say that was going to be a charge, but I guess Addison Smith didn't fully set her feet. That's something that we saw in a recent boys game. One of the players for the opposing team really good at setting his feet and drawing some charges.
That can go a long way, John, in the momentum game.
Yeah. And fearlessly really running into the senior was Ava Woodman, the freshman for Concord, who's at the line. She does have a brace on her right leg, but I'll tell you what, she has not let that stop her one bit with her hard play so far in the first quarter. Two players going to the floor to dive for that one, Jessica White of Concord and Addison Smith of BG, and Addison wins possession. 19-10, the BG girls on top with Erin Carney. She's got a three-pointer in this game. A lot of air balls on three-pointers,
though. Yeah, the shooting hasn't been the greatest. I'll tell you that right now. Whoop.
Return pass. Addison Smith does a good job of corralling it and able to muscle it home. Addison Smith asserting herself here in early second quarter play, a 19-12 Bishop Guertin advantage, but they were up by as many as 12 points. Its lead is down to 7. Elizabeth Cox and Ava Woodman are the two big reasons why. Sophomore and freshman guards for Concord with some great play early, but that's a turnover. Bishop Guertin with the basketball, and this is going to be Maisie Barker, another freshman, 5'2" guard. She's in there with the senior, Erin Carney, the Gatorade New Hampshire Girls Player of the Year. Erin Carney hands off to the freshman Barker. Over to Kaylee McDonald underneath. The shot attempt by Maisie doesn't fall, and Concord with a chance here, down by 11, 21-10. And pass up ahead, putting it in.
They just beat you with the extra pass. They know where to pass it, how to pass it.
I guess they fixed the score because they gave the 2 points that BG should have had to
Right,
Concord. And that
Concord.
messed me up for a bit.
Yeah, it messed everybody up. We were all talking about it down there.
Concord rebound on the offensive board. 2 rebounds, and they put it in.
And that's not going to make Brad Creek happy. He is not happy about that at all.
Addison Smith driving. I don't know where Addison was on that, but she's a key rebounder, and she makes up for it on the other end with the assist. Great play. Erin Carney cutting through the middle on the feed from Addison Smith. So Concord trying to answer back, down by 13
Again, you
points.
get the cutters. The cutters, the movement without the basketball.
Driving, Concord. Good catch and shoot in the middle, but they don't get the bounce. Addison Smith fighting for that rebound, got called for the foul.
And see, that's the problem, is you don't want foul trouble. Concord already has Elizabeth Cox with 2 fouls, number 1.
Yeah, and Addison Smith's got 2, at least 2. She got called there, and I really didn't see a foul. It seemed to be clean fighting for the ball.
That's a position foul. They're going to call it. So Stack comes in, Smith comes out. And also coming into the game, another player we haven't seen a whole lot of, number 30.
Caitlin Wheeler, freshman guard, has got some good height for a guard. She's 5'11", and she's going to do some rebounding here.
That's to counter this height that Concord's got.
Essentially, the 2 tallest player for Concord got boxed out, and the guard came in and picked up the loose ball. Erin Carney underneath Megan Stack gets stuffed.
That doesn't happen often. That's the height that Concord has, John.
Yeah, Jordan Lengel, the junior forward, at 6 feet with the block on Megan Stack. Elizabeth Cox driving, runs out of real estate baseline, tried the impossible reverse lay-in, and she got stuffed by Megan Stack. A steal, a block, whatever you wish. It's a turnover, and BG chance to add to their 13-point lead. Erin Carney goes left, finds a seam, left-handed lay-in. Timeout Concord.
You got a player like Carney, makes a difference.
It sure does. Setting the tone right off the opening tip was Brianna Wilcox. You're often unsung player, Tom.
I think without her, they'd be in trouble. I really do. I think she's just a dynamite player.
She set the tone. It was 4-0 in an eye blink. She got the steal, 2 free throws. She stole another ball, got a basket. It was amazing how this right out of the gate, the thoroughbred Brianna Wilcox setting the tone, and BG has led since that opening pair of free throws.
Got a 27-12 lead here.
Didn't pick up the final, I'm sorry, in the South Bedford game, but with 3 minutes left, Bedford was up 26, so safe to say.
Did not look good.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are awaiting the winner of this one. And the game to be played in Exeter on Thursday the 12th. I already congratulated the BG boys hockey team on a brilliant playoff win this afternoon.
What a fantastic hockey game that was. But I'll tell you, if you want to watch a team skate up and down the ice, watch Exeter. They just zip up and down.
But not anymore.
No, they're done, and it was, that's the thing with hockey. And you know what, John?
The goaltending, right?
And another local team went down. Hollis Derryfield, a top 4 Division 3 team who had a great year. They lost today in overtime.
That's a bit of a shocker. Who took them down?
Kennett.
Must have been a lower seeded Kennett team.
It was.
So Hollis is out. But the BG boys hockey team is very much alive, and I was told by Pete Johnson that Nashua ETV will have that semifinal game.
Yes, Bedford is going to televise it, I believe, for us.
And as you mentioned, if BG girls win this game, it's going to be BG Bedford back-to-back nights.
It'll be back-to-back, and I think that's what's going to happen. But again, keep in mind what I saw the other night.
You saw a team that was up by
18
in the second quarter lose. Right now, BG's pretty close to that. They're up by 15. They get a hit three-pointer here, it'll be identical. In the corner, inside, Megan Stack gets blocked again by Lengel. Those great long arms that she has and using to her advantage. She's going to be a good player for a while for this Concord team. Steal, Megan Stack takes it away. Good decision to stop and give it to the point guard, Barker, in the corner. Back up top, Caitlin Wheeler found Erin Carney, always a good decision. Maisie Barker faked the shot. Megan Stack down the lane, left that lay-in attempt with the left hand woefully short off the glass, and it's Concord ball. Setting up as BG gets back on defense. 3:30 to go, first half. Cardinals up by 15. The floater goes in.
Yeah, you don't want to allow that penetration.
Elizabeth Blinn.
That is just at-will penetration in the lane. You've got to body your way, force the player not to have the easy runner.
You're right. Megan Stack with it. Erin Carney found a seam, and it doesn't go. She doesn't get the bounce. Ball ends up in a jump ball clutch between
BG's ball, I believe.
Megan Stack and Kyler Buchholz.
If I read the board correctly.
It is BG possession arrow, so they will get the ball after the jump ball indication. Chance to add to their 27-14 lead, up 13. In the corner it goes. Erin Carney with it. Return pass to Brooke Paquette doing the ball handling. Brooke gives it to Erin, swings it wide to the right. Long pass, and in rhythm, Brooke Paquette back rims it. Great fight for the rebound by Kaylee McDonald.
That's the one thing I told you Guertin's got to do. They've got to battle for those rebounds. So look at that pass, but Stack, the freshman, it's 50-50 with her with layups. She's going to get a lot of them.
She had the wherewithal to bat the rebound and get another chance for her teammate, Megan Stack.
She's a very instinctive player for a freshman. Can you imagine what Stack's going to be as a senior?
You're absolutely right. So she saved that bucket after missing the layup. Underneath, they let him play. A lot of heavy contact underneath. Concord coach wanted a foul called. You could see Tim Latorre with his arms pleadingly outstretched. 2 minutes to go. BG up by 15 again. Long cross-court passes. Erin Carney's left alone, but she missed to the right. And BG gets the loose ball. Brooke Paquette back to Carney. Brooke Paquette thought about the shot. In the corner, the open player is Kaylee McDonald. She gets it underneath, back
There's
out
the open
again.
shot right there, left side, right side rather. Our right to our right.
Not able to hit it was Brooke Paquette.
No, and that's the problem.
And
now you're going to get a
BG
backcourt violation.
Yep. There's the whistle. So it's Concord ball. BG with a lot of bites at the apple there, but not able to get any points that trip down the court. It appears Coach Brad's going to take Addison Smith into halftime.
Keep her on the bench.
Keep her on the bench.
You got a 15-point lead with 1:28 left. There's no reason to push it.
Yep. Inbounding it for Concord will be Ava Woodman. And she finds Jordan Lengel, gets it back to Woodman. Back to the basket, turnaround play. Good defense by Erin Carney. And the rebound off the side of the backboard for Guertin. Carney, top of the key, runs into some traffic, but still gets the shot away. Under pressure, no good. Concord pushing the pace. And a great back check, pickpocket steal in the passing lane by Erin Carney.
And you know that her defense, John, is one of the other reasons that she made Gatorade Player of the Year, because of her ability as a two-way player.
Off the foot of Ava Woodman of Concord, out of bounds. BG basketball. Under a minute to go, first half. 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and BG has the lead and the ball, up 29-14. Erin Carney will get a breather going into halftime, it appears, as she checks out. Maisie Barker is in, looking for somebody, and they're going to call timeout. No, they called the 5-second violation.
Good defense by Concord.
Yeah. 2 seconds came off the clock. The coach wants to know why.
Concord's played great defense. The problem is they're playing against a team that knows each other so well that they're all over the floor.
Elizabeth Cox with a great drive.
Just a great will that this Tide team has.
Yeah, she willed that one up and over the rim.
By their Chris Mullen lookalike head coach.
Isn't it? Isn't he? Tim Latorra. And a lot of our younger viewers will have to now Google Chris Mullen.
Well, no, he coached St. John's the last few years. He's not there anymore, but.
Yeah.
Let's give him a little bit of credit here. Just a little.
We're getting into who's Larry Bird years, I think. Half court, handoff. Ava Woodman, 14 seconds. Clock becoming a little bit more of a factor. Elizabeth Cox loses it. Scramble, BG ball with 6 seconds to go. Down court comes Molly Smith. Smith shoots.
No.
Nice opportunity.
13-point halftime lead. Brad Creek, I'm telling you right now, thinks it should be a heck of a lot more.
There'll be some talking to at halftime.
There sure will be, and we'll see what intensity they come out with in the second half. I bet we could see another Pinkerton on our hands where they were down 1, they came out and dominated in the third quarter. Let's see if Guertin can do that.
That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. 29-16. Bishop Guertin girls basketball on top of Concord as we go to the break here on Nashua ETV.
When I was 10, my mom got deported. We had a difficult time, and I feel that's why I didn't get to finish school. My husband is really supportive in a way that he pushed me to go back to school.
She wants to have a career so her kids can look up to her.
They both keep me motivated to go to school, and they see that if I do it, like they can do it too, you know? I feel that everything's possible.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bishop Guertin High School in Nashua, New Hampshire. We're recording this in early March. It is a quarterfinal game, BG's first playoff game after the first round bye that they obviously earned as the #1 seed, taking on Concord and leading at half 29-16. The BG girls are up. And my partner Tom King indicated that he thinks Brad Crick took a message into the locker room.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
That's not good enough.
Yep, I'm sure he did. You know, because what's going on is Concord's using their height, which they should. BG needs to run, and they need to get more turnovers off the press.
Concord, who put up 69 points in dispatching 9th seed Salem in the opening round, has just 16 points to begin play here in the second half. Brianna Wilcox, who set the tone at the beginning of the game, tried to come up with an assist there, but Erin Carney ran into a double team and got stuffed underneath the basket. Concord throws it away, so both teams come out a little discombobulated on offense to begin the second half. Nashua ETV cameraman Tim O'Neill is zeroing in on the action as we look for the first points of the second half. Instead, we get our first free throws as Addison Smith draws traffic and a foul as she goes to the basket right down the middle of the paint. BG scored the first 2 points of the game via the free throw line, and they're doing it again here to start the second half.
Hey, you got to get them whatever way you can, you know? That's the way it goes.
Up by 14, up by 15, around the rim and in. For Addison Smith, she hits both of her freebies. A 15-point lead again for the Cardinals, up 31-16. As Brianna Wilcox with that swarming defense that she plays. Now Erin Carney switches off. She's on the point guard, Elizabeth Cox. Up top it comes, and catch and shoot off to the left with that shot was Ava Woodman. Concord able to get the loose ball back, though, and the easy lay-in, standing by herself.
And those easy lay-ins are the ones that drive Brad Crick crazy.
Kyler Buchholz with the basket, the first points of the second half for the Concord team. Driving Erin Carney off the back rim, no good. Didn't get the kindly bounce on the home rim there. Concord with a chance to get to the 20-point plateau in this possession, down 31-18. All the way around the perimeter to the right. Elizabeth Cox gives it up. Pair of taller players going at it in the middle. Elizabeth Blinn drew some contact. There was no call on the initial shot, but on the fight for the loose ball rebound, foul called against the Cardinals. Inbound play. Ava Woodman nearly stolen away. Corralling it is Jordan Lengel.
Concord's doing a good job in their own end of holding on to the ball, and just when I say that, look what happens.
Brianna Wilcox forces the jump ball, and the possession arrow again favors the Cardinals. So it amounts to a turnover. Brianna earns it. Will be inbounding it from in front of the Concord bench. Erin Carney to Brianna Wilcox as she walks it across half court, being guarded by Ava Woodman. Off a pick, Erin Carney back to Brianna Wilcox. Addison Smith driving, got fouled on the way through, and they're going to say it's on the floor, no basket.
Boy, that's the second time I've seen that when there's been a call. Now, Brad Crick looks at the other ref and says, hey, can you overrule that call?
In the official's defense, it was on the first step that she took out of the two.
No, there's no continuation in high school
NBA,
basketball,
that
right?
is a basket.
But you got to try.
Yeah.
Brad Crick used to say basket's good. They're talking about it.
Yeah, they're reviewing it. He's asking one official, you called it good, right? And the other one said on the floor. Did you have it on the floor too? And the guy nodded his head. So. I'm not sure why he has to tell the scorer's table that the foul was on the floor. On the floor, that's what they said. Okay, so that's no basket on the floor.
Well,
I don't know why the Concord coach is weighing in.
They want those 2 points.
I don't know why the Concord coach is weighing in. I mean, the call went his way. Everybody just wants to talk. The girls want to play, if you don't mind.
They want to set the tone.
Brianna Wilcox will toss it in. Great threading the needle with the bounce pass, but not able to convert. Erin Carney, a rare miss there from close quarters. Ava Goodman lays it up, no good. Addison Smith rebound. Ava Woodman had a great look at the basket. And the foul as she put the ball up, no question. That is a shooting foul.
What a great play by Carney to make that pass.
Yes.
You know, usually, Carney might try that, but she knew she was going to probably get called for a charge. Instead, she sees Kaylee McDonald down that right side.
Bridging the divide between senior and freshman with the pass.
Telling you, it's a huge.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is.
There's no sophomore on the roster.
No, they missed a class.
The hook shot.
Megan Stack.
Pretty play by Megan Stack.
Remember that play when she's a senior. You'll probably see about another dozen of those.
Did she really mean that? A left-handed hook shot off the glass and in?
She did, yeah.
That was amazing.
She wasn't just throwing it up there. She was doing a shot,
Good shooters make their own, quote, luck.
They sure
Knocks
do.
it out of bounds. Megan Stack hustling back, gets in the way of that pass and nearly had a steal. The Stack attack is forming as a freshman. 4 more years of it here at Bishop Guertin. And with Megan Stack in her face, Ava Woodman missed the shot badly to the left, but Concord, great offensive rebounding, nearly won another chance. Instead, Addison Smith took it away underneath. And Brianna Wilcox will inbound the ball. BG was up 13 at the break. They are now up by 15 with 5 minutes to go in the third. Bedford took care of business against Nashua South in the other quarterfinal in this bracket, and they await the winner. Hook shot by Megan Stack with the left hand again didn't go, as she had the equally tall Elizabeth Blinn in her face as she shot it. A pair of 6-footers underneath. At the pinnacle of New Hampshire girls Division I basketball. Driving, losing the handle, but they say she got hacked on the arm. That's Erin Carney that got called for the foul. Her second, according to the announcer at the scorer's table. So not foul trouble yet for Erin Carney. Checking into the game is Brooke Paquette, and Erin Carney will come out anyway with a good chunk of time remaining in the game. She'll get a breather here in the third quarter. Brad Crick ever alert to the foul situation of everybody on the team. Elizabeth Cox tried a spin dribble, but Brooke Paquette with that exuberant defense, a little over exuberant according to one of our 3 officials on the court. Got called for the foul. So Concord will inbound it. Ava Woodman holding it high above her head and would travel. She took a step before she dribbled and official called it traveling violation. Elizabeth Cox checks out of the game, and Olivia Crawford, a freshman guard, number 24, checks in for Concord. Brianna Wilcox hands it off to Addison Smith. Addison back to Brianna. She's got some room, launches to the basket, splitting a triple team, but not able to get it to go. She put that up with heavy pressure. Newly in the game, Olivia Crawford dribbling to the right. Hands it off to Kyla Buckholz. Buckholz in the corner. Brooke Paquette all over her, and almost a steal for Megan Stack. Instead, Concord gets it back. Megan Blinn with the basket.
That's that height. Great turnaround jumper. She gets position inside. Tough to stop.
Answering back. Not able to get the touch.
You don't want to force it.
Addison.
But I'll tell you what, with 3:32 left in a 13-point game, this is not what Brad Crick wanted to see. You know, Concord's not afraid. That's the thing. They're playing with no fear, and the press has not worked for Guertin. It really hasn't. And in
not
fact,
at all like we've seen it against other teams.
Not at all. Concord's done a great job breaking it.
Addison Smith with the ball inside and drawing the contact.
I'm telling you, you're going to need Carney, Wilcox, and I think, Smith
to step up a little bit.
Yeah, I think that, they're going to have to be the ones. I think you need to get Wilcox more involved offensively. Let her go to the floor. Let her take the ball to the basket. She's going to end up at the line a lot.
I think she sensed that too just a second before you said it, because she took that ball to the basket with purpose.
You got another upset in the making. We don't know how. People who watch this will know already how it turns out. Londonderry leads Merrimack 24-10 at the half. Merrimack's a good team.
What happened to Merrimack in the first half, Tom?
Don't know.
They are the number 2 seed in the tournament. I mean, they are looking ahead, probably just thinking they might end up against Bishop Guertin, the 1-2, but Londonderry might knock him off before the night's over. We'll see what happens in the other bracket. And this is the kind of talented ball handling that has allowed Concord to beat the press. Driving.
There it is, another
and a basket.
Telling you.
Olivia Crawford, and makes it a 12-point game.
With 2:47 left in the quarter.
Addison Smith strong to the basket.
Yep.
Layup drill for Addie. Back to a 4-point lead, and they say Addison Smith got a fingertip on that ball on the way out of bounds. Concord retains possession. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. BG, you can sense they're ratcheting up the pressure a little bit.
What do we got?
A foul away from the
Yeah,
ball.
bodying.
He's going to call it on Caitlin Wheeler.
The freshman.
Yeah. It was 30 for 30.
30 and 30.
Yeah.
The freshman guard who is basically even height with the Concord center.
It's a great matchup, actually.
6'1" forward.
a freshman guard against a sophomore forward, but they're the same size height-wise from this distance anyway. And just a great battle. Ended up with one player on the floor. And there's the steal. Erin Carney saw it coming. She's able to save it in the corner. Finds her teammate underneath. Addison Smith got fouled on the way to the hoop. So Brianna Wilcox is taking a breather right now, but seniors Addison Smith and Erin Carney stepping up their game, producing a turnover and now free throws. And a 15-point lead again for BG, the #1 seed in this tournament. Had that first round bye, and I think it showed a little bit in their play here. A little bit of rust against a Concord team that opened the playoffs having to earn their way in here with a win over Salem, 69-64. Merrimack is the #2 seed taking on the #10 seed Londonderry. By the way, Londonderry surprised Pinkerton.
Yes, they did.
46-43, the 10 seed beating the 7 seed.
There's always a team.
And they are a different team apparently than what they showed during the regular season, because they are at the moment surprising Bedford. Well, I'll try to get an updated score on that for you. So 2:24 remaining after the timeout. Addison Smith will be at the free throw line trying to add to a 15-point lead. These two teams did not play during the regular season, as Tom mentioned earlier, but you could do some comparisons against similar opponents if you wanted to. You could find a bunch of teams that BG beat by 20 to 30 points that Concord lost to by 10 to 20 points. So on paper, of course, BG is prohibitive favorite. So 15 points doesn't look all that much, especially as Tom said, this Concord team is playing fearless. But we'll see what happens in the remaining 10 minutes and 22 seconds of basketball. BG sending multiple players to the line here, trying to add to their lead. Maisie Barker's first free throw, and what a rebound by Brooke Paquette in traffic. Paquette traveled. She should have just shot it. A little hesitation there. So inbound play for Concord now. Down by 15. Erin Carney out of bounds off of Concord.
And there's the press. There's what they have to do. They've allowed Concord to get too deep down the floor on this press. They need to hem them in down back here along the baseline and see if that works. And that worked right there for Carney. Here's a drive by Smith. Well,
and there is Paquette.
Wow, big three.
Best looking three-pointer of the night for either team. Nothing but net. Concord trying to push the pace. That was a heavy contact underneath. They let it go on the miss by Blinn. Down court come the Cardinals. They look for a surge here. Addison Smith got the ball back after the block.
Ooh. That would have brought the house down.
Yeah, looking for a dagger there.
Yep.
That would have doubled up just about the Concord point total. As it is, BG up by 18, 40-22, and a strong third quarter showing coming out of the locker room. Minute and a half to go behind the back dribble there. Steal, Erin Carney, the Gatorade Player of the Year, again shows why. Timeout Concord.
Yep, it was 34-22, and now it's an 8-0 run.
That is separation right there, folks.
Well, that's what you have to have. You have to have your best players play well, and Erin Carney is playing well right now.
Yeah, not a huge surprise that she's asserting herself. She has got to be somewhere around 15 to 20 points scored in this game already. You had the most recent score, Tom, for the Londonderry Merrimack game, 24-10 at halftime. Londonderry leading. Something is going on with the Lancers. That defense has got to be no joke at this point.
It just, a team gets hot.
Yeah.
In these tournaments.
That's true in hockey, and it's also true in basketball.
In these tournaments, it can happen.
Tell you what, about it being hot, this Concord team, they won 6 or 7 in a row to end the season.
And that's
after a 4-game losing
you get a
streak.
hot team in a tournament.
Yep. And then they won their opening game.
That's how you always want to go into a tournament, that hot.
Yep. So they had some high hopes here of doing the impossible. Ava Woodman is swallowed up by Brianna Wilcox. And jump ball, and I thought one official called a foul. No, it's a jump ball, consensus among the officials. More great work on defense by Brianna Wilcox. A tick over a minute left, and BG with the steal. Double dribble. Called against Kaylee McDonald as she came up with the loose ball, dribbled it a couple times, got her balance, and then she started dribbling again. Unfortunately for the Cardinals, turnover, 58 seconds to go, and it's Concord ball. Inbound play. Brianna Wilcox has just got a piece of it. It looked like there's a race, and getting it is Maisie Barker.
Oh,
Brianna bobbles it, and it's going to be Concord ball.
Wilcox started for the layup before she was able to handle the ball. Now we have an injury on the floor and a timeout.
We were all looking at the ball down here near us, underneath the basket, and meanwhile in the backcourt, a Concord player holding her head. Hopefully it wasn't colliding with the head of another player. That's always a concern when you see players diving for loose balls. We'll have to wait and see whose number that is down on the court for Concord. John Collins along with Tom King. Our cameraman is Tim O'Neill as the gym falls respectfully silent for the downed Concord player.
She was all right, I think, John. The way she reacted was hard, but
she just needs a second.
Yeah, exactly.
52 seconds remaining here in the third quarter as the entire gymnasium applauds, and to her feet is Kyler Buckholtz, and Kyler's going to take a seat, but as Tom said, looks like she's going to be all right. Might have saw one or two stars for a second. Brianna Wilcox was so good defending that inbound pass.
Get to my age, John. You see stars all the
time. I know. When you wake up in the morning.
It's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Yeah, Bree Wilcox had that ball and was starting to make the move to the basket before she really had possession.
Erin Carney poked that ball loose, and she poked it off of the Concord player out of bounds. Just another great defensive play by this BG team. Erin Carney has it, directing traffic. 45 seconds left to go. Brianna Wilcox in rhythm. 3 points.
Yep.
45-22. And the players that Tom said needed to step up have stepped up. It's the biggest lead of the game for the Cardinals, but Elizabeth Cox goes right to the hoop.
Still, that was an 11-0 run that Guertin had.
They now have a 21-point lead.
Yeah, they'll take a decent-sized lead into the final quarter, which is what they wanted to have.
Yep, they expanded a 13-point lead at the half by 8 and maybe more here as they go. And it's good.
And
Addison Smith drew the contact, got the basket.
But on a great pass from Carney. Led her all the way. Knows she had a tall target to take that ball. Got it to Smith in the one motion. What Smith didn't do, she didn't put it on the floor. Went right to the basket.
No bouncing in the paint, says Tom.
The prettiest play of the night, I think.
And she completes the basket.
And I also think when they shoot free throws, everybody in the gym can hear what we're saying.
Hey, people want to know what Tom King has to say, so when it gets quiet, just talk loud. Just like you usually do.
I know. Drive producers nuts with the volume of on the
free
mics.
content
Right.
for everybody in the gym.
Sure.
And that will go. I wonder if that would have counted. A 24-point lead into the fourth quarter for BG. Taking care of business here, the 1 seed in the New Hampshire girls basketball tournament in 2020. Once again, BG girls basketball.
It was quite a run. I'd say it was 34-22, so that's a 14-2 run.
Londonderry Athletics letting me down a little bit. It's been 22 minutes since they posted their halftime score. I imagine they're playing again in the third quarter. We'll have to wait and see what happens there. BG in a huddle, as you can see. Brad Crick talking to his team. He's got to like what he saw in that third quarter and probably will be just instructing more of the same, please. As you go into the fourth quarter of play, 8 minutes up on the board. Tough to talk over those drum solos.
Tell you what, though, it's great to see the band and everything. I mean, the atmosphere at almost all of the tournament games I've been to has been fantastic.
Addison Smith trying to start off the fourth quarter where she left off the third at the free throw line as she takes it to the basket once again.
Yeah, that's all I have, too, is a 24-10 lead.
In a meltdown offensively for the number 2 seed Merrimack Tomahawks. Addison Smith and the whistle.
It's a familiar sight, isn't it? Seeing Addison, if you're coach, you want to see your bigs at the foul line. That means that they are getting the ball where they should be.
Yep.
And putting it up, and controlling that part of the game.
Also pretty nice when she makes those free throws, as she did there. Elizabeth Cox in traffic, backs it out.
That's the key, but you figure you're going to get to the line, the percentages are going to be with you at some point.
Inside, in the paint, turning around, Blinn, and that traveled. Too much movement of the pivot foot. And Elizabeth Blinn gets called for the turnover. Erin Carney back to Brianna Wilcox. Up ahead, Addison Smith to the middle, off the fingertips.
Just off.
Kaylee McDonald.
Tell you, for a big object, that basketball sometimes is hard to grip, isn't it?
Yeah. Lively. Sideline, Brianna Wilcox, not player you want all over you when you got the basketball in a stationary position. Ava Woodman drifts to the right. She's double teamed up top. And Wilcox kicks it back out. Blinn's open for a jumper, no good. Scramble for the loose ball. Brianna Wilcox with it in space. Flings it cross court, near side, in rhythm. McDonald, no good.
Short. Look at Carney with that loose rebound, the instincts of a 4-year player.
Just knowing where it was going to bounce just about.
And I'll tell you what, something about her next time we have a stoppage in play.
Addison Smith, quadruple team, draws the foul.
John, this is going to be her last game at the Caligula.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, right?
Yeah.
But in her basketball career, if she continues with the idea she has in mind, she's only got 2 more games left. She will not play in college, from what she told me.
Wow.
Which is a shame.
Yeah.
You know, but
well, we can't guarantee that she won't leave her dorm and go down and shoot around in the
that's
gym.
just it. She said she'll play that kind. But you know, when I talked to her in January, after her 1,000th point, she said her plan now is to focus on her studies in college, and political science, I think, is what she wants to major in, and not play in college.
And which college is it?
I don't think she's
whatever
chosen
one
yet.
is, yeah. That one it turns out to be. Megan Blinn with the rebound of
Hannah
Addie Smith-Smith.
Muchmore is set to go to Keene State.
Yeah.
So she's accepted that. Not sure about Wilcox.
Well,
but that's.
I bet you they end up retiring her number at Keene State. That's my prediction. Erin Carney's shot is good. Erin Carney drains it on cue after that story by Tom King. She's like 15 years from now, she's going to be telling her students, I was a pretty good basketball player.
Yeah, exactly. I know it, right?
Oh, you were, Miss Carney? Yeah, I was pretty good. In the sideline. Underneath, the catch and shoot. Addie Smith can't get it to go. Corner. Across the paint. Thought she might put it up, but Rosemary Layton chose not to. She found teammate Kaylee Daniel. Concord coach Tim Latora getting some new names on the court. And Erin Carney just checked off the court with 5:40 to go.
Let's see. She'll be back in there, I bet. Yeah, I bet they will take her out. They'll put her back in and take her out with,
Get the acknowledgement from the home crowd.
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Yep. There's a few players that could use that, actually, all the seniors. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, that's what the senior nights are for, really, but still, you're right.
Sideline. Megan Stack. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound Concord. Kyler Buckholz. And getting in the passing lane, the steal. Brooke Paquette pushing it. Clean block made by Ava Woodman. Knocks it out of bounds. Still BG ball. 5:09 remaining in this quarterfinal contest. BG has doubled up the score of Concord at 53-24. Timeout Brad Creek, and the BG team will huddle up, talk some things over. As we look in on the BG huddle. It is a Saturday night here at Bishop Guertin. Great atmosphere for the high school basketball game. So after third quarter in Merrimack, Londonderry maintaining a 14-point lead, 36-22.
That's tough for Merrimack.
Yeah.
Mike Susie
One quarter to make up that ground.
Mike Susie did a great job. In fact, he would be my coach of the year for the area if I had a choice, because of what he did to take over that team in October. You know, as the AD and take it over on an interim basis. But they certainly thought that they would be in the semifinals, I'm sure. And if they don't make it now, they're going to have to press the heck out of Londonderry, which they have a great pressure game.
5 minutes left in this one as fight on the floor for the ball. Good job of rolling it to her teammate by Megan Stack. Draws the foul. Good work by Megan Stack, showing not only athleticism but a high basketball IQ repeatedly in this game. When she wasn't able to secure possession of the ball, she's able to bat it to a teammate. Knowing where teammates are on the floor has produced points and increased time of possession by Megan Stack as she gets the bounce on the free throw. So BG's up by 30 now, 54-24. As Addison Smith checks out of the game, Brianna Wilcox checks out of the game. And Megan Stack, one of this great freshman crew that the BG basketball team has misses that second free throw, and they get the rebound back. So even with a 30-point lead.
Yeah, exactly. Now you just milk the clock. You know, you got a 30-point lead, just milk things up.
No shot clock in New Hampshire girls or boys basketball. It's going to be a 2-point shot. And Maisie Barker was there to retrieve the rebound. Kickball. Called against Concord.
Yeah, kickball possession.
Brooke Paquette will inbound it for the Cardinals. Looking for a teammate. Open, it's Megan Stack. Caitlin Wheeler swung all the way around near side to Kaylee McDonald. Megan Stack nearly had it stripped away. The open player is Kaylee McDonald for three, in and out, off the glass, good rebound.
I'll tell you what though, they've got a shooter.
Yeah.
You know, she's a good shooter.
Didn't get the bounce that time, and Concord misses their chance, so still a 30-point advantage for the Cardinals with the ball under 4 minutes to go now. In the corner, wide open shot for Caitlin Wheeler, aired it out, and on the other side was Elizabeth Blinn. Down court comes Concord, Ava Woodman. You wonder if Concord's going to try to start heaving up threes right here. They look like they're sticking to their game plan to go underneath. Blinn's shot no good, and a foul committed by Concord trying to get that loose ball. A pair of 22s doing battle, and the call goes against Concord's Kyler Buckholz. She fouled Kaylee McDonald. And are they in the penalty? I think they might be. Let's see if Kaylee goes to the line. Yes, she does. It's going to be to shoot two. So in the penalty already, Concord with 3:35 to go. Every foul now will put BG at the line. Kaylee McDonald wastes no time shooting it, but it goes in and out. Some new players going to check into the game for the Cardinals.
That might be it. You're right. That may be it for the vets.
Yeah. I guess they know the home fans travel, and they will travel to the next game and possibly the next game, and so they don't look at it as the last time these fans will see these players, although it is, as Tom said, the last time they'll play on this court.
Exactly.
A missed shot for Concord. 32-point lead BG with a chance to add to it. Underneath, backing in, Molly Smith, the turnaround doesn't go. Rebounded by Kaylee Daniel.
But see, now you've got these freshmen on the floor for what? Tournament experience.
Yeah.
You wonder how they're going to react.
Knocked out of bounds by BG. In the bracket where Merrimack is in danger of getting knocked off by the 10 seed Londonderry, the winner of that game is going to play the winner of Memorial and Goffstown.
Memorial the favorite in that one.
Yeah. Jump ball. In Memorial is a 3 seed against Goffstown, the 6 seed. But, you know, if you're looking at a Londonderry team that has knocked off a 7 seed in Pinkerton in Derry, and then is on the way to knocking off a Merrimack team in Merrimack.
That's what tournaments are made of. But you know what? That Pinkerton Londonderry game, that's an even, no matter what the records are, you flip the coin because that's a huge rivalry.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I grew up. I mean, I grew up.
The football.
I came in on the first couple of years of that rivalry.
Yeah.
So now you've got the freshman A team coming out and the freshman B team on the floor, or some of the B teams, because some of those kids that didn't play a lot.
And the B team can shoot free throws too. Molly Smith sinks that one for a 34-point BG advantage. Concord's offense really dried up here in the second half, and it has cost them on the scoreboard. Kate Daly with her head up, looking for a teammate to pass to. 2:40 left to go in the contest. Outside it goes. Kate Daly calling a play. With it, she has an opening. Up and no, it wouldn't go. Hook shot doesn't go. It might be Teresa Prunier, number 33. She's listed as 32 in our program.
They really want her to get it.
Oh, that was up there for a while on the back of the cylinder. And it just barely spun off. Concord looking for a basket here. It's been a while since the Crimson scored. On the right, underneath, and a foul's called. A little bit too much boxing out, apparently, on the part of Brenna Paquette. Just a tick under 2 minutes to go, and BG in control of this one, up 56-24. And they appear headed for a showdown against Bedford 5 nights hence. The drive and the scoop shot, no good. BG trying to come out of their backcourt with it. All kinds of space and taking advantage, Molly Smith. 58-24. Catch and shoot, in and out. Molly Smith with the rebound. Down court it goes, just throwing it up, and because of the time of game, I think they didn't call that foul. Because of the scoreboard.
You may be right. Has been known to happen.
Yep.
Well, John Collins, this is your last winter game, right?
Well, we're going to do some hockey. So we're looking forward to that Wednesday night.
We are.
JFK, I heard.
Yeah, I think we're using the Bedford feed on that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
right.
bud.
Oh, see? Bad news.
Get on that plane.
All right. I'll miss it.
But I'm not sure. That's it's above my pay grade.
Yeah, well, I was asked if I'd be available Wednesday night.
You were? All right.
I guess I'm asking you if you'll be available.
Yes, I will be there.
All right.
If you want to come anyway, you might as well, right?
Well, I should have went to a few games I didn't do. One was at Skate 3 with Portsmouth.
Salem.
It was Salem, I'm sorry.
The miracle on ice, I call it.
Yes.
Scoring off the face-off with 7 seconds left.
And then, wasn't it 0.3 seconds for the winner?
Well, yeah, but I mean, you win the face-off, you go right down the ice at the buzzer.
Oh,
Literally
right.
at the buzzer.
Right.
Wow, nice pass.
Kate Daly on the nice pass. I believe that was Teresa Prunier who put it up and in. We have a 34 Maddie Bowen as well. We don't have a 33. Apologize for not knowing who number 33 is for sure.
And there's a good idea with time running out. Circle around. All right, John Collins.
12 seconds.
Great
This is about
game.
to it. That's Tom King. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching. It's going to be a 60-24 final. Bishop Guertin wins this quarterfinal playoff game here on their home court, and they advance to play Bedford in the semifinal of the 2020 New Hampshire Division I girls basketball playoffs. For Tom King and my cameraman Tim O'Neill, thanks to our executive producer Pete Johnson, I'm John Collins. We're looking forward to following the BG girls title run here in 2020. Good night from Bishop Guertin High School, everybody.